Hello, hello, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Welcome to the channel. This is UKSG coming to you live from Glasgow, Scotland. We are ready to get into day 2 very quickly here with Pizza Tower being run by CDRomatron. Take it away for True Ending.
Can do. Just so Tech knows, it's a 16:9 game. Although this does look retro as anything, it is the same. Yeah, this is a widescreen.
Alright.
So we'll just get that started. And we'll get started. So you guys donated for it, so we're going to be seeing the True Ending today. So we're going to be going on one heck of an adventure. There we go. Cool, we all ready to get started? So we're going to be starting just as soon as we load into the tower. So if we are ready, I will load into the save. Time will be starting any moment now. So we approach the tower. Go. So welcome to Pizza Tower. The only thing you didn't see was the cutscene at the very start. We are Peppino Spaghetti. What an unfortunate name for a pizza chef. He is in a lot of debt, and also a big scary pizza has threatened to destroy his pizzeria with a laser. There is no additional context to any of that, but now we need to be extremely stressed and go and fight the tower. So, as with any good game, starts with a fantastic tutorial level, where we're just going to be showcasing all the movement. And it's just going to be going through here, showing you the vague premise of the game. It's going to be running through levels, destroying obstacles that we have to run through, being very fast always, and also collecting toppins, spelled T-O-P-P-I-N-S, no G. We need to rescue almost all of them in the game, although the ones in the tutorial don't actually matter. Here we're just seeing a million mechanics in one. I'll explain them all later. This is the grab. Throughout here, you're going to be seeing me speeding up with various ways using the grab, usually. Oh, and there's Edge on the pillar. Sorry, this game's very fast. It's a lot faster than games I'm used to, and I will explain what I'm doing in a minute there. Basically, all levels are go through the level, collect toppings, destroy John the Pillar, and then escape the level, and hopefully we gain enough things. The reason we collect the toppings is because the toppings award us money, $10 per topping. And we need certain amounts of money to pay for the boss doors. So we're just going to be dashing through, collecting as many toppings as we can. As a result of how much are actually required to beat the game, we can skip 9. And due to the fact that this is True Ending, we do need to visit all the levels and also collect the additional secret treasures. So we're just going to be dashing through John Gutter. John Gutter is your tutorial stage, aside from the tutorial itself. It's very fast-paced, and as a result, there is no major gimmicks to this level. We can just go fast and have a good time. I need to watch out for these banana peels here. Those are Swedish monkeys, and I think it's something to do with a Swedish pizza having bananas on it. I do not need to go down here. I was just doing that in practice for fun. But we do need to come up with this guy. This is Jerome, the janitor. He has a set of keys that's going to allow us into the treasure room. We're going to have to find him in every single level. That little green flash there was one of the dev things, just if you get to the level fast enough. And we've destroyed John the Pillar, and time to escape. So now we need to get back to the beginning. There is a set of blocks throughout the level called the John blocks. Those invert once you destroy the pillar. So we're going to be able to take a different route than we took normally. But we're going out of our way just now to pick up the secret treasure. It is a stick of butter. That's 1 in 19. In this room, gonna be careful. Watch out for the mini Johns. Achievement there. Don't know who signed in on this. And now we just need to get to the escape. So, as much as I can, I'm going to be running on the ground, and whenever I'm wanting to speed up, I'm going to be going into a grab, into a slide, and that will allow me to reach high speeds very quickly. I'm also going to be able to, normally there's a long animation at the end of every level where you get a long animation, it counts up your score, you get that cool music. If you hold up whilst leaving the level, you can leave the level whilst it's playing, so I don't need to wait for the outro cutscene every time, which is quite nice. So this is Pizzascape. This is going to be our first gimmick level. So here we are going to become a knight. Knights are very slidey. Look at me slide. And we defeat the stupid rat. Stupid rats are enemies that can only be destroyed specifically just by whatever the gimmick is. So in this level, it is by the knight. And we also find the popes to remove our ailment of being a knight. We cannot do most Peppino things as a knight, so we need to get that removed. Taking a little venture over here. We need to get this top, and we need almost all the toppings. But amusingly enough, we don't need that sword up here. We can just dash down here. Start making some turns. Most levels have key. There's our key. We're going to need that for the door. Hopefully that isn't surprising. And we're just going to charge at full speed. Peppino can go very fast. He gets faster the longer he's on the ground with no cap. So the longer, the better, the faster speed. So this game is just a banger. So need to watch out for Jerome in this room. He's just kind of sleeping over there. Need to watch out for those Fork Knights. Going to be doing a little skip here. So you're supposed to go all the way around this room. I'm going to be able to break that just by walking over. You're supposed to fall down, so I can go over, break the pillar, and just run back. Saves a little bit of time there. Down here, dive. So Peppino's got a lot of moves at his disposal. This is a very control-heavy game. We've got running, we've got the grab, we've got the jump, the body slam, the taunt, which we can use to parry. If we have a combo over 10, we can perform a super taunt, check screen wipe. And we also have the shine spark like super jump, which will allow us to gain height very quickly. And everything else is just really a combination of all of the above. Did we get all this? Oh yeah. It's like we only have 4 toppings, and I remember one's at the very end. So coming up to the end of Pizzascape here. So we did have a donation bid war for this game to decide the fate of Snotty. So Snotty is an NPC. We're not going to see him for a little bit, but just, you know, we're going to keep that open until... Cool, okay. I need to redo that level. Apparently my up input did not count. So if I exit the level there without holding up, it did not save that. I don't know why that didn't work, sorry. I'm going to need to quickly redo this. If there's anything you'd like to read, now would be a really good time.
Thank you very much. Yes, I can indeed. Just a reminder that there are $15 currently for the Save Snotty option, no dollars for the Let Snotty Die, Kill Snotty option. So, if people really do not like Snotty, then now is the time to get into it. In the meantime, I will just say that we are raising money to support Crisis, a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. They achieve this through education, training, and support with housing, employment, and health. 90% of your donations go towards supporting Crisis, and 10% go towards UKSG's future events. You can find more about donating by putting !donate. Thank you very much, and back to you.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, so what we're doing at the end of the levels is holding up on the control stick whilst also navigating the menu with the D-pad. What that allows us to do is use the up input for the door, as well as using the exit on the same frame. I'm not sure what happened there. I must have not been registering my up input on the stick, meaning that it didn't go through the door, and I just left the level without any credit, so I'm just gonna quickly refinish this one. We're going to be seeing the knight again. All these gimmicks are pretty much one-offs, so you're not going to be seeing the knight ever again after this one. Just going to charge through here. But we're almost at the end already. This level's nice and short. now it's pizza time again. So we'll get out of here. In a minute, we will be back to our regularly scheduled speedrun. I need to remember to pick up our secret again. So these secrets is what required for the true ending. There's one in every level, so that means we're always going to have to find Jerome. We are always going to have to find the treasure room. The way this mainly differs from any percent is that any percent doesn't have a requirement necessarily to visit all the levels. Whereas in True Ending we do have that requirement due to needing to pick up all the treasures, which means there's an additional level we're going to visit during this run that we wouldn't normally visit in any percent, but it does mean we're going to allow us to skip some toppings in other levels which are a little slower. Okay. There we go. We see Gustavo and Brick running along the bottom there. There's Mr. Stick. He gives us the boss door. This is terrifying. This is Pepperman. We can restart the level there to start the boss fight. During boss fights, we have a health bar. I'm basically just getting him to run into this wall. He's supposed to do like a run and then turn around like that. But by doing it against the wall, ideally he doesn't do that. Second phase, he's going to jump in the air. Easy to deal with. Third thing, he's going to bounce on the wall. Just uppercut him. Nice and easy. And then finally, we can chisel that pillar. He gets distracted by our wonderful art. And we're into the second phase. Same thing again. All the actions are the same, except now there are many more things we need to watch out for. Miscounted my hits there. That's okay. Now, it doesn't actually matter if we take damage during these fights in this category, due to the fact that it doesn't actually matter what rank we get. For an S rank, we would have to at most take a single hit, and for a P rank, take no hits at all. We're actually looking like this is going to be a P rank, so we might get the achievement for it. Yeah, there's the achievement, the critic. So we're not actually going to be getting the credit for beating this level, because all we're going to do is steal his key and then leave the level, because that's all we need is the moment we pick it up. So we're not even getting credit for completing that level. Moving on to Ancient Cheese. So this level's a lot like John Gutter. There's not too much going on aside from the standard gameplay. There's all these kind of like disappearing cheese blocks, which I meant to turn around there. Get some speed, take a little shortcut, come up here. And at any point we can grapple onto walls as well, which allows us to climb up them. Sometimes it does not go as planned. And I'm using the turnaround there to kind of like delay my fall so that I can aim for when the cheese blocks are going to be disappearing. Here's the bombs. Need to watch out for the explosions. They linger a lot longer than it looks. But we got our key. Now we've got our key, we can go to the left. Unlock the door. Now, enemies will fear Peppino when he is going fast enough. We are going to be using that to our advantage as much as we can, because it means that a lot of the enemies which are normally we would need to stop and deal with, it's going to allow us just to kind of plow through them really quickly. A little shortcut here, we can do an uppercut to pick up that bomb from below. Slide under here. And this is probably one of the earliest treasures we're going to get in the run. This one's right at the beginning of the stage after you already pick up Jerome. We've got our PB. There's our PB in the bag already. And this is the fun room. We go fast here. This is the longest single stretch. I think this... Oh, no, sorry. The second longest single stretch in the game. It's coming up on the end there. So there's pizza time. Time for our escape. This one's a completely different route. It's going to take us around this long vertical section, in which I've got to make sure not to fall, because if I fall, I'm just like that, going to fall quite a long way. So let's not do that. Let's use that as an example of what not to do. Going to climb up that wall there. We need to pick up this bomb because there is a stupid rat we need to deal with. There goes the stupid rat. Need to take this part a little slowly because we want to skip some of that section by climbing on that wall. Shine Spark and then do the wall climb so we can quickly pick up there. Turn around to the left. Gonna climb up there. And this will lead us pretty much to the exit. Glass topping. Secret wall here. Fantastic. So we're almost done with the first hub. On to the last level of our first world here, Blood Sauce Dungeon. Blood Sauce Dungeon is scary. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. It's easily my least favorite level in the first hub. Just from the amount of obstacles in it, and it is just a very tough level casually. Luckily, we're going to be able to blitz through this, because I know where I'm going now. So gotta watch out for these pizza cutters. Watch out for these anchovies. The anchovies will fly towards you. And they will be exactly where you don't want them to be most of the time. So one thing we can do, and it's going to be pretty prominent in this level, is body slamming onto a curved surface will give us a bit of momentum off the gate, and that's going to allow us to build up some speed really quickly in some areas. And one thing you may have noticed is Peppino has no damage. There is no losing state in this game. This is a very score-based game, where your aim is to keep a combo. So there isn't really a fail state other than running out of time during the escape, which hopefully we're going to be going fast enough that that's not a problem. And we have Miss Jerome. I have confused this slightly with 100%. So in 100% you can do a second lap there. We'll do that showcase just because it's a fun mechanic. But that's probably going to be the fastest way to pick up Jerome again. Yeah, Jerome's very out the way in true ending. There goes John. And we're going to make our way out. Oh, no. Oh, I've never seen that turn around before. That's a new one. Cool. So we will be back for that door, I promise. Going through the dark room. There's Jerome. We were meant to pick him up way earlier, but that's okay. We have a quick way of getting down there again. uppercutting to the top of this tower. And I mentioned we had a quick way to get back to the bottom. There's our pizza portal. So normally this is not something you touch at all in anything outside of 100%. However, it's going to be the fastest way for us to get back to the bottom for Jerome. Lap 2 sends you back to the start of the escape. And will allow us to get where we need to be. And it's just a really fun mechanic anyway. It's one of my favorite things in Hundo. So there's our soup. Or is it supposed to just be a bowl of sauce? I'm not sure. But yeah, our timer has still stayed the same. So, down to a minute for this level. Should be plenty of time to escape though. Okay, we're done with the first hub. Let's start with a clean second hub. Fresh start for us. So that's Jerome helping us up the second floor. And we're going to get started with Oregano Desert. This is a bit of a long level. All of the toppings are in all these pizza marts here and there. We are going to be skipping the fifth one because it is a slow one. But aside from that, we're just going to be charging through for the next little bit. So is there anything you'd like to read?
Absolutely, yes there is. We have another $10 from the supremely generous Big the Dave, who says, another secret Sonic game? What's this one? Flicky's Thousand Island Dressing? And that has gone towards the Worms 2 All Missions Choose the Voice Pack incentive, choosing for the Scouser voices. Alright, back to you.
Thank you, thank you. So we've had our warm-up. We are going to start blitzing through this game now. So here we reach our gimmick, the fire mouth guys. They give us fire mouth. Fire mouth is hot. It's going to allow us to charge through, but of course we cannot do doors with fire mouth. So we just need to break through all these walls as fast as we can, pick up our topping, and get out of there. So this room normally has a skip at 80%. We're not going to be showcasing it here due to its true ending. You can just jump up to the right there along that wall. However, we need to go on a little side track along here, pick up Jerome. He's just vibing. There he is, eating a sandwich. And just follow our way to the end of the section here. So this next room, I need to be careful. I just need to run normally. I don't need to do the fast start because otherwise I will mistime that lightning cycle and I will get hit by those thunderclouds. There's a bunch of cows. They're going to kick us. It's a shame. Oh well. Yeah, just going to finish off this section. I just need to be careful not to be hit by thunderclouds here because that will take away my power-up. Is it a power-up? I can never tell what the Wario likes. But anyway, we're on to the space station. Yep, there are cows on the spaceship. And all these little, like, olive Martians. Cool, so that should be our third topping. And now we've got our pizza time into the fourth topping. So this one's a really interesting reversal of what normally happens. So we need to avoid getting fire mouth. because Firemouth means we are not going to be able to go through these ladders, which is like a really cool design for this game. Our secret that we need to get is up here though. So there's our Jerome door. We got a can of beans. I think that's beans. Maybe it's macaroni. It's probably beans. But that's the last topping we need. We're only picking up 4 here. We're going to jump over this cow and dive down. We got a lot of height there. We're just going to charge through the rest of this escape here. Connecting with the main route. But watch out for those lightning. We're getting really good cycles today. Alright, so we're out of Oregano Desert. Moving on to the Wasteland. Very sad Gustavo there. He's not happy. Someone died. Who died? We will find out soon. So one of the gimmicks of this level is surfing corpses. We're going to be avoid surfing corpses whenever we can, just because it is slow. But no, it is Peppino who died. And the priest is going to cure us of death and throw away the cover that we had, turning us into a ghost. So we're just going to barrel through this section here. Secret wall. Gonna lead us to Jerome. And now we need to pick up the ghost peppers, which I think is the funniest joke that I've ever heard. Which will allow us to gain more speed and allow us to break certain blocks. So I need to run around here, collect all these peppers, which will allow us to progress here. Remember to pick up that topping. This is my least favorite Jerome door. It is just... Oh, hold on, it's... Oh, I'll just get it during the escape. It's so easy to miss. It's that wall there, just on the other side. It is so easy just to, like, completely forget to pick it up. But that's fine, we can still pick it up. So I'm going to take a little lap around here as the ghost. And we're going to see the third gimmick for this level in the next room. Because this level's just stacked. There's so many fun things in this level. We're going to be picking up this ghostly screaming ice cream. And here is our last gimmick. So there is the ghost of John Pillar chasing us. If he catches us, then we are sent back to the start of whatever room that we were just in. So in this case, it would send us back to that pizza box. Now there's a topping in this room that I didn't pick up last time. We picked that up during the escape just because we're running near it anyway. There we go. Gotta be careful here. This is always a close one. We need to take a little adventure here. We need to pick up all of the peppers to continue this part. So if it looks like I'm going out of the way, it's probably to pick up the pepper. Final room here. Jump over those corpses. Don't want to be doing any surfing when we don't need to. And we are out of the Wasteland. On to the next level. So shoutouts to Recult, because this level features Mort the Chicken from the hit PS1 game, Mort the Chicken. That was the biggest surprise when I got there. So we're not got any toppings to pick up until we reach Mort himself. So we're just going to barrel through this section. Most of the gimmicks of this level, aside from Mort himself, is these ladders with propellers. So I need to make sure I have enough speed here for the super jump, because otherwise we've got to line that whole thing up with the fire breather, and that's not fun. So here's Mort. Mort gives us a double jump and a ranged attack, however we lose our ability to run. So we're just gonna swing through this bit. He cures us all of our Mort. And we're just gonna barrel through here. Get into our next Jerome room. I've got to be careful here with the Mort the chicken, because anytime I will get hit, I will lose him, and I will need to head back down to the well to pick him up, so anytime I would lose him, it would be incredibly slow. Okay, made it through that room nice and safely. So this room we're going to do a little unintentional. We're just going to run up that wall so that we can body slam the metal crate from high enough. And we need to remember and stop in this room to pick up Mort, otherwise we are just going to barrel off that ledge into the abyss. And we're purposely going to lose Mort in this next room because Mort isn't required for this next section, and we can move a lot faster without him. So that's the last time we're going to see Mort. Goodbye, Mort. And we need to go up here for the treasure because we are doing true ending. And we get our corn. Right, now this next level I'm going to do a bit of setup for, so I need to make sure I spawn Mr. Stick for the next boss, and I need to stand in, hopefully that's a decent position. That will be relevant after this level, and if we don't get it, hey, it's fine. So welcome to Fast Food Saloon. We're going to be going very fast in this level and avoiding a lot of guys with guns. All of the toppings in this are gimmick in themselves. They are a reward for winning a race. So here's our first race. Easy. Second gimmick is these buttons. We push a button, we get a little pizza clock, and then we've got that long to get through the red gates. What red gates? Hopefully that will be an unanswered question. So here is our mount. So we are going to be charging through on this sausage. No comment. And we're going to be doing a little skip here. Picking up the sausage to feed that rat, and then we're going to crouch on here, which will allow us to sneak into this area without having to use the rat. So there's whirlwinds here. We're going to be using it ideally to climb walls. So that's the fastest way to get up. Quite significantly. Bounce off that wall to get some decent speed onto the sausage. And maintain our momentum through this room. Very nice. Just need to make sure I'm dodging the obstacles here. This is a very technical level in terms of just needing to make sure that we line everything up. So here you cannot jump whilst on the sausage, so I just need to make sure I'm on the next level before moving up. So this is one of the only toppings that isn't part of a race here is I need to push that button and then run down here. There we go. Perfect. So there's Jerome. He's behind the button. There's our button. So we're going to go rescue Jerome. And we are going to get out of here. Just mainly taking the bottom route here. It's going to be running past a lot of guys with the guns and the fans. And we've reached our secret. There's our donut. And we're going to be able to finish the fast food saloon here. So hopefully, because of where I positioned myself before I entered this level and by spawning Mr. Stick, hopefully he will spawn after this and I will be able to perform an up warp that will take us directly to the boss without me having to actually walk up there. So if I teleport, then that means I've done everything correctly. Yes, there we go. So we got the up warp. That saves us about like 4 or 5 seconds of just walking up there. On to the second boss, the Vigilante. Here we get equipped by our power-up gun. We can fire bullets. We can also do a charge shot, which does more damage but takes longer. So whilst he's invincible, we're going to be bringing up charge shots most of the time. And then just peppering him with small shots when he's vulnerable. I've got to watch out for these things that fly from the plane from the sky, the cardboard cutouts. Because they take a lot of hits, so they will get in the way and mess with our patterns. Those are just random. Just like that one there. This fight is mostly just timing for when we want to get the big shot off. There is the Farmer Ghost, who only takes 1 hit to defeat, but is very much in the way. We're going to see what he was calling in soon. Oh, he was just hiding behind the cardboard cutout there. So he was called in a cow. That's fine. We're still on plenty of health here, so nothing to worry about during this fight. Cool. And now we've got the showdown. This is the most generous timing window I've ever seen for anything ever. I am going to show you how late you can press this. That was like a full second after. That doesn't feel like that requires any sort of timing at all, just knowing that that is going on. I expected that to be somewhat difficult compared to the first boss, but it all worked out well. On our way to the third hub. So, the third hub's got a lot of fun gimmick levels. We start off with Crust Cove. Crust Cove is a really fast-paced level. It's a lot of fun to play through. Absolutely banger soundtrack in this one. So we got these pineapple guys, but the main thing we're going to be looking out for is this water. We need to make sure we're running over the water. If we're not running over the water, we will get attacked. And that is a bad thing, and we do not want to be attacked. Second thing is these barrels. We're going to start rolling. Ideally just cutting out the amount of rolling about. There's a lot of showing off that you're meant to do in these barrels, but we're just going to cut out as much of that as we can. Purposely going over to the left there to rebuild that bounce. Oh, gotta do that again. You remember to go up here, pick up Jerome. There's our boy. And for the next bit, this is a cannon section. We're basically just going to be being peppered here with shots for a while, and I'm going to be running away. So if there's anything you'd like to read in the meantime, now would be a really good time.
Absolutely, I can do so, yes. I did mention it briefly with the previous donation, but we do have, in just a few short hours, the Worms 2 run being performed by Ruffled Bricks. And there are not one, but two different incentives people can donate towards. The first, of course, is for the Choose the Voice Pack category. We can choose between 007, Scasser, Stifflip, that's the one, and Yorkshire Tykes. Currently, there is a dead heat of $30 between Scouser and 007, so anyone can break that with just a singular dollar. The second possible donation incentive is for naming the team, and this is a fantastic open submission. We currently have, in third place with $5, Ian's Brigade. In second place with $38, we have Teamy Muse. And in $45 at first place, we have Club 601. So if you want to dethrone Huds' possible gang, then you have that option. Alright, with that out of the way, back to you.
Thank you, thank you. So we've just been barreling our way through Crust Cove here, quite literally in some senses. And we're just finishing off our escape here. We have almost everything we need. We just need to pick up the treasure on our way out. Here's a nice fun barrel section. This is just holding the right trigger. I can't really speed this up because we need the barrel to defeat the stupid rats. And we need the cannon guy to destroy some of these platforms for us. We can't do both on our own. So that's just a nice chill section. But we're back out to the beach here. Turn around for our treasure. Pick up our nice orange soda. And make sure I'm getting enough speed to be able to traverse that water. And down back to the start again. Fantastic. And on to our next level. Our next level is going to be start. So we can see that the other pizza guy and the rat have made up. And you can see them in this level. Foreshadowing is a literary device used to indicate what's coming next. So we're in charge through here. So there is no toppings in this level, just in general. There is things that will give us toppings, but they are not in cages like they're seen in every other level. Instead, we are going to run into our friends Gustavo and Brick, and we are going to be playing as them this level. They do not represent any sort of plumber that you've played as before. So this is a bit more of a traditional platformer control style. I say a bit more, it is not, but it's still a lot more close than Pepino is. So Brick and Gustavo have their own moveset. They can wall jump, they can do like this stomp thing. They've got standard attack, they've got their charge, but it plays very differently as opposed to Pepino. So in this level, we've got these old pizza guys who we need to bring them back home. And they've only got so long to get back home, so we need to rush them. One really useful move we can use is kicking away Brick. That will allow us to reach top speed very quickly, as well as not have to worry about enemies charging into for a little while. So there's our first guy delivered home. Now, the disadvantage of kicking away Brick is anytime the Brick is not with us, be that when we're climbing a ladder, ducking under an obstacle, that means that we cannot do a double jump until Brick has returned to us. So I need to be very careful and strategically wait in some instances where I need to wait for Brick to return before I try and do some platforming. So there's our second guy delivered home. Deal with that wizard. because we need to be charging here so you can get off that bouncy mushroom to be able to destroy that melt box. And I've got to watch out for those spiky pickles. Not sure if they're actually meant to be cactuses, but they're definitely at least spiky pickles. They will just teleport to wherever you are. So I just need to make sure I'm not standing still too much, and we should be fine. So there's our third guy delivered. Onto the room with lots of pits. Very nice. So we're coming up to near the end of this level here. So I need to remember and jump up very high here, because that is where our buddy is hiding. There's Jerome. So the last bit of this level is pretty free. We can just charge through. It is extremely hard to keep your combo through this section if you are trying to get the perfect rank. Because for the perfect rank you cannot drop your combo at all, and there's just not that much going on in this room to be able to maintain your combo. So we're going to build a little bit of time save here by just destroying the John pillar and turning around. Not going around the whole section there. Picking up our last pizza guy. So we are going to need to go and deliver him home. Mr. Stick being very helpful there, pointing towards the exit and taking a new route back. Just charging through here. We've only got a few more rooms with Gustavo and Brick, and then we're going to saying goodbye to them for a little while. Gonna kick there. Had to wait for Brick to respawn before I could do that. Need to jump over the section here. Then come down here and... Oh, I was supposed to kick Brick away there. Mistimed that slightly. But we're back to that guy. And we are taking a slight detour. Coming up here. Pick up our treasure. It's a pie. And there's our last guy delivered. So now we just need to get to the end of the escape section here. Alright, so we're on to the third boss here. So this does not represent any mascot of any pizza-related organization you've ever seen. If you think it does, it doesn't. So this is the noise. He's very annoying. We should avoid the noise. He's basically just going to do a bunch of attacks, and we just need to wait. It's the order he does it in. The order doesn't matter for the first phase, but it does for the second. There's a few instances where I'm going to be using parries to dodge some of his attacks, just because it's more reliable than just trying to dodge them. And he makes all of his attacks slightly more difficult for the second phase. And he will do 2 of each, so he's always going to do like 2 pogo attacks, 2 attacks from the balloon, 2 attacks with the skateboard, so on and so forth. Now we're in this second phase. A minion is going to spawn, and I can pick up that minion, throw it at him, and he will become instantly vulnerable. However, there is some of the noises attacks which will mean that I can't pick up the enemy like that. I hit him into him, which is not what I was aiming for. There we go. So we got 1 extra hit. And this one will always kill the minion, so hopefully it spawns just after. Fantastic. Managed to get a bit of an early hit in there. So he's going to explode after this. So I've got to wait to hit him. Alright, so that's our third boss done already. So that's dealt with the noise. Although it looks very scary, but it's okay. Noisette will deal with him. And we're moving on to the best level in the game, quite objectively in fact. Time for golf. Because every good game needs a fantastic mock golf minigame. So there's our golf ball, the grease ball in fact. And we need to get him into the goals to be able to progress. And we are going to be aiming to do that quickly. Gonna uppercut him here. Gets him directly into the basketball hoop. That's the right one for the sport, I assume. So there's these burger enemies, and they're actually going to be super useful for us. They will hit the grease ball, and they're supposed to be an inconvenience. However, they're going to allow us to skip a very significant chunk of this level. So there's the topping that we're going to get, and that is the only topping we're going to get in this level. As I mentioned, we can skip a number of toppings in this run, and this is the first major instance of skipping a lot of toppings. So we're not going to be doing any of these golf courses, unfortunately, as much fun as they are. We're just going to be moving straight on to the final course here, which contains John the Pillar, and also, conveniently enough, contains our buddy Jerome. So I need to make sure not to kill that burger. Whatever I do, I'm going to put him down and be safe. So because I know he can hit the grease ball, I'm going to set him down here so he hits it into John the Pillar, and I'm going to run over to the other side of these John blocks that are going to turn, which would normally block our escape, but because we were already on there, we were able to escape a lot faster. So that saves us going through the entirety of the escape golf section, which is an additional like 2 or 3 courses, I believe, and allows us to run straight to the end. And conveniently enough, also allows us to pick up Jerome's treasure as well. So there's our burger, our premium burg. And now we just need to escape, and we have really ample enough time to do that here. As you can see on the timer, it's still got like 4 minutes for the escape, just because there's that much to do, but we're pretty much already there. Just got another 2 rooms remaining. We can just charge through here. Just got to watch out for the jumps and maintain my speed as much as I can. There's 3 here, 1, 2, 3, and then portal. Cool, and that's probably the fastest level that we're going to be doing, just because there's so little that we actually need to collect. Coming up to the last level in this hub here, which is Deep Dish 9. After this level, if we'd be able to close the Snotty bid war to decide the fate of the poor slime boy. Yeah, going to be going on a bit of adventure here. This level's all space themed. This is a really fun level. There's a lot going on. There's these olive platform things. Another instance of this level as well, we are going to be skipping a topping that's pretty out the way. So we've got these rockets. We can make them go a little faster at the expense of them being a lot harder to control. So there's that door. That door contains a topping, but that's a long room, so we're not going to bother dealing with it. Instead, we are just going to charge straight up to this rocket, have the fright of our lives as we move to the next planet. So welcome to like the orange-greenish planet. Ignore the guy with the huge nose in that last room. And on to... Oh, that did not pick up the olive. Interesting. Haven't had that happen before. There we go. That's what was meant to happen. So we've got our top in there. I need to make sure we keep hold of this rocket, so I'm going to take this slow and steady because we need to rescue Jerome, who is behind a stupid rat. I'm not saying stupid rat to be mean, that is what they are referred to as in game, just for the record. So we're going to be coming up here, taking that part slow on purpose so that we're able to do all that onto the rocket, onto the final planet for this level. And there's John Pillar. So we've just got a bit of escape here. Let's see if we get the turbo tunnel achievement. There we go. Nice and quick. I feel like I finally found my momentum with this one, all warmed up now. So this one's just a long vertical section again, but this time we're going down the way, which makes it a lot more fun. And as a result, also makes it a lot quicker. Heading back to the home planet here, but however, we're going to spawn right next to the exit gate. We are still missing something, and that is the Jerome door. It's actually all the way back here now. And that's going to get us our space food, our little sandwich with an olive. How fitting. Alright, so what is the fate of Snotty?
I can confirm at this time that Snotty is to be saved. People have donated generously and they want to see safety.
Okay, so we're going to be saving Snotty in this hub. So thank you all those who donated to save Snotty. We're going to be visiting him after this level, the Pig City. So the Pig City is a level where all the toppings are broke up into these little taxi rides. We're going to be skipping almost all of them just because they're quite slow to get, and we only are going to do the mandatory ones. So skipping all the way to the third taxi here. Taking a shortcut in this bit by punching up so we can get a high body slam. That way we don't need to do all the platforming around there. Going to be getting the topping here because it's part of the required objective. There's these pigs that will try to steal us. This one is a cop in disguise, and apparently we have broken the law. So it is up to Gustavo again for the second and last time to save us. So they're going to go on their own little adventure. Similarly, ignoring most taxis. Dealing with their own set of power-ups and fun gameplay mechanics. Nice, got the jump there. Saves a good bit of time. And into taxi number 5. The reason we need to do taxi number 5 is because this is where Jerome is. So we couldn't skip this one, and that means that we might as well get the topping whilst we're at it. It contains these pigs that will steal brick. I try to kick him away there in an attempt for the pig not to pick him up. Fortunately, didn't quite hit him there. That's okay. We are going to be able to skip the next one. I say that after not skipping the next one, we're able to execute a super taunt there. I got hit just before, which lost us the super taunt. Yeah, let's pick up Jerome. And we're out of there. And there's our John Pillar. Time for our escape. Now the whole city is burning down, which is very scary. The route's pretty much the same as the way we came in. This is a really nice level. It's just pretty chill. Aside from, you know, the fiery buildings in the background. But the platforming's really satisfying. It's really nice to be playing as Gustavo and Brick. I wish they had more levels in this game, just because you only play as them twice in the whole thing. Bonking off there. Back to that guy. And before we get in the taxi to go back to the main bit, we're going to body slam the toilet. Because there is a secret here. It's a jelly donut. I hope you all found that funny. and onto the taxi. So it's actually Pizza Face driving this taxi. And we need to just finish escape. So it's just kind of retracing the initial steps we took to get here. Nothing too special for this level. But hey, after this, we get to meet Snotty. I'm going to be very careful. So there's our buddy Snotty. If you kill Snotty, he's gone forever. So we are going to be very careful just to not kill him. On to Peppybot Factory. So this level's scary. There's just a lot going on in this level always. So I just want to be careful. We need to get pretty much everything in this level. It's just a very fast-paced level with a lot going on here. Nice, got through that section cleanly. Yeah, for the first section of this level, there's not too going on. So if there's anything you'd like to read in the meantime, now would be a really good time. Also, I'm just going through these conveyor belt sections.
Thank you very much. I can do indeed. We would like to thank ESA for supporting this marathon. Besides providing us with their channel for streaming, they are sharing gear and technical assistance. ESA Summer 2023 is right around the corner on the 22nd to the 29th of July. So tune in on this very channel, if you are watching on ESA, to see that. It will be a glorious time, and I'm sure I'll see many of these people there again. Alright, thank you very much, and back to you.
Thank you, thank you. So there's us just rescued Jerome. So most of the gimmick of this level is these hands that'll pick us up, and also making sure we keep our speed on these conveyor belts. The conveyor belts are not very fun to walk on, as are conveyor belts in any video game, really. But here we're going to see our next mechanic. We are now a pizza box. Poor Peppino, what did he do to deserve this fate? So we've got a lot of jumps. With each jump, he gains slightly less height from pressing the jump button. So I'm going to want to land and reset that as much as I can, but hitting enemies also manages to reset that, so I can do... Just aiming to do that. And that gets us plenty of height there. And we're going to take this pizza box into the escape. So it's time to get out of here. The priest is going to cure us of pizza box. And we need to be very careful not to land on any of those boosters, sending us the complete wrong direction. This bit's nice and chill because you can just use the pizza box to get over. And this is... I think most people don't like this conveyor belt just because it's not too much fun. There we go, got through it. That bit's scary. So here's the Peppino Hotbot Horde. So there's just a lot of them going on. There's a Super Taunt example. Now we just need to finish our escape. Now we're at the factory. However, we can't escape as a pizza box, and we're going to see that because they are going to steal the portal away from us. So, gonna get cured. And we're going on a little bit of an adventure here whilst that's going up. We're gonna come over here because this contains our treasure door with a hot dog. Heck yeah. Right, who is ready for the funny poop level? It's definitely a level name. So here we've got the cheese slimes, and we are going to become cheese. Cheesy Peppino. Cheesy Peppino can stick to walls, jump around. And this is a level we normally skip in any percent. It's only featured in True Ending just because we require all the treasures. And all the treasures in this level are also really just along the way anyway, so it allows us to skip a lot of treasures throughout the run. Sorry, a lot of toppings throughout the run. Yeah, this level is primarily a fight maze. A lot of Mario 3 vibes in this one. Oh, unfortunate banana placement there. So we've just got to hit that switch, come back to the left here. Cool, need to get this cheese slime here to break through the rats. And let's get cured. So this room contains a bunch of these Teenage Mutant Ninja Pizza Slice mascots. Which we need to make sure we avoid. And now we've got the bins. So we need to go through this wall here. Secret hidden path. Containing our buddy Jerome. And I did not get enough height. There we go. I've just got to go through this nice swinging bit. This is a bit of a chill section. Just got to let the game do its thing. Alright, we're just coming up to the end of this level here. Just finishing off before the escape. There we are. And soon we are going to be encountering our Pillar John. And a lot of banana peels. This level is coated in them. Hit that switch there so we can get the cheese slime. This bit's just a nice little puzzle section, but I already know the routes, so it can be nice and quick. Just remember to jump. Nice and easy there. So our secret door is just to the right there. That'll give us access to Jerome. We will get our suspicious chicken. And now we just need to re-navigate this room. Watch out for the grabby hands. Make sure for the most part I'm timing with jumps here. Missed one there. Just the banana peel. There we go. Oh, bad timing on that cheese slime there. So our last top in here. Charge another super jump to just skip that section and get up the door. I will say my favorite thing about this game is definitely the movement. It's just so satisfying to play through. And there's another rat we need to deal with, so we're back to the starting cheese slime. Cheesed one last time. There we are, and we're out of the poop poop level. So once again, I am just going to be very careful here. Because you guys did not want him dead. There is Snotty, still alive, I promise. Enter the longest level name I've ever seen. Refrigerator, refrigerator, refreezerator. This is your platforming ice level, which is surprisingly fun. It's not got too much of that like slippery, horrible ice physics that most platformers would have. It's just got a lot of fun, just like icy mechanics. And yeah, aside from that snowman's the worst. I hate that snowman. He will just take all of our momentum, and then I need to remember to jump there. So those snowmen, they have a very large hitbox on whatever side they're facing. So I just need to make sure that they are not facing the right way. So we've got jetpacks here. Can use that to melt the ice. That doesn't help us go fast, so we're going to ignore that as much as we can for now. Just going to blitz through as much of this as can, as fast as we can. Thermostat to melt some of the ice. Opens up some new pathways for us. Now this is the scary room, however you can just run through and you're usually safe. There we are. Deal with those mandatory ice blocks. And another long vertical section. So there's not going to be too much going on in this bit if you would like to read anything.
I can indeed, thank you very much. What I would like to tell people about is that there are a number of prizes that you may be eligible to win via sweepstake rules if you donate certain amounts. If you were to donate as little as $15 across this marathon, you will be in with a chance to win the Tails Sprite Perler and a signed Atari 2600 copy of Video Olympics. If you bump that up to $20, then you will be eligible for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade Original Soundtrack and to the Sonic Sprite Perler. Bumping it up once again by $5 to $25 total, you will be eligible for the Supersonic Transformation Sprite Perler. And finally, at $30, you will be eligible for the everyone's favorite, the Iron Brew Can Perler. So, if there are any people desperate for that, you know what to do. Back to you.
Thank you, thank you. So we've acquired the Spicy Pizza, Satan's Choice. That will allow us to do the... Oh, I don't know what it's called in Metroid. The Spin Attack, that's what it's called. Yeah, Spin Attack. It is just called the Spin Attack. And that will allow us to get through as much of this ice as it was. So that's why we didn't bother breaking too much before. And Joram is super on the way. He's just on the fastest path anyway. He knows what's up. We can use the grab here to get out of the spin attack really quickly. The only inconvenience is breaking ice beneath us, which means we need to do a jump and the second jump and then wait for us to fall, which is a bit of long. But it means for the most part, we're just going to be able to barrel through this, which is a really satisfying level for that. So we can effectively fly now. Assuming Peppino wants to go the right way. He has a habit of jumping off walls, which is usually quite handy when you want him to. But there's our secret Jerome door. He's unlocked it for us. We got our ice cream sandwich. Not got many treasures left. Make sure we're taking the top path here. Otherwise, we will get very stuck. And there's our last level of Hub 4. Now, this boss is familiar. It's us. So this is fake Peppino. He's terrifying. The fully white one is the real one. The greyish ones are fake ones, and we can dodge them pretty easily. For all of his phases, we can get an early hit in before he does anything, and that will allow us to defeat him in effectively one hit. We can just chill in this bit. If you just stand in the center of the screens, they can't hit you. But I just want to make sure I get early hits on all of the phases here. And that'll just half the time in this fight, which is really convenient. A lot of waiting in this one, though. Just going to dodge these attacks. He's using all of our attacks against us, this super jump. That said, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Alright, that's phase 1 out of the way. So now it's going to be a little faster than phase 1 was, phase 2. Phase 1 is basically you do the parts where you've got to hit fake Peppino and also dodge his clones at the same time. So that means we're going to be able to just blitz through this because you don't really need to worry about his little minion guys. All of them are really predictable in terms of where you can put them. Missed the early hit there. We can get a late hit though. Unfortunately, bad positioning with one of the other minions. And then the escape. A surprise escape section, which no one saw coming. Unfortunately, is no longer a surprise, and it's also no longer difficult. This escape section was very much nerfed into the ground after release, and it's difficult to have him catch you, so I basically am just platforming through this as fast as I can. Although all of this level looks the same, so it's hard to remember exactly where you're going in this part. There we go. Do enter, not inside. Or do not enter inside. Not sure which one it's meant to be. But there's us finished with the 4th hub. Taking our key, keeping Snotty alive. There he is. He's still alive. I haven't killed him yet. Or at all, in fact. Ignore the yet. On to the 5th hub. This is going to be our shortest hub. Just got 3 levels. Onto the flip side of Pizzascape, it's Pizza Scare. So this level has a gimmick of a ghost following us throughout the whole level, and he's going to possess traps, which we will need to avoid, and sometimes he's going to possess things that are useful, and so we're going to have to save him. But you'll see here, he is occupying anchors to try and crush us. He's occupying electrical sockets to try and shock us. He is not being very nice. Although that was pretty helpful. Here we've got to save him so he can break that for us. And hopefully we're going to be able to outrun him here. Unfortunately not, because we ran into the wall there. Jumped slightly too early. We also got these guys which will allow Peppino to defeat ghosts. Normally they're completely invincible. So running into them is the only way of being able to deal with them. And of course we need to get him to possess that kicker so that we can defeat the bowling pin rat. This level is very heavily movement based. It is just a long level to get through. And there is plenty of level to get through. Luckily, all the Jerome stuff is right at the end, so I don't need to worry about that all too much just now. That all just kind of comes into play during the escape. This level is very unique in the sense that all of the secrets and everything can be done during the escape. And that's kind of the intended order. Which makes a nice pace from everything else, which makes the escape seem a lot more manic. Yeah, gotta repeat this section because now the ghost's stuck down there. We couldn't do the jump pillar before, but now the ghost is free. He's gonna occupy this thing. That's gonna allow us to escape. Watch out for those ghosts there. Ideally fall down as well. There's our last topping that we need. Just need to go find Jerome and then find his door. So Jerome's hiding out in this level. He is actually just down here. Just vibing. And now, we had to wait for the escape for this part because we need our ghost to enchant that kicker so that we're able to break through those rats and reach the door. Which gets us our floor chicken. That ramp is very rude. It often just locks you into going up there. Very nice. Coming up to our last few levels here. So I shouldn't mess this up, but a jump scare warning for the next 5 minutes. So this is a haunted pizzeria where we are being chased by animatronics. This is a very original and an idea that you've never heard before. We should be outrunning all of them. There is like 1 or 2 rooms that are scary, but it should be fine. Speaking of. Alright, we might get jumped. Hold on, I'm just gonna bait him over this way. Oh, that was a close one. Okay, well, we got out. That's fine. That wasn't meant to happen like that, but it all worked out for the end. So we're out the room with the mushroom guy. Now I've got the cheese scare guy. He will walk up walls and ceilings and be terrifying. All of the enemies kind of works just like a stealth section here where they all will start a timer. 5 seconds if I'm seen. So the idea is either don't get seen or outrace them if I am. Which is usually pretty easy enough. I can also instantly activate the alarm by taunting, which is sometimes required to get through doors like that. Right, so this is the set of rooms which I might actually get the jump scare in, just because this guy can just walk through walls, which can make it quite difficult to outpace him at times. So I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm clearing a minimal amount of enemies so that we don't get it activated. Yeah, I should be fine now. Okay, last room with a risk. And after that, we should be fine. Cool, yeah, that's the jump scare warning over, pretty much. Unless I do something majorly wrong in the next, like, 2 minutes. Activate the alarm on purpose there, because we need to unlock the door. And now we've got all of them chasing us. Pretty spooky. But luckily, we have Gun. Gun will help us deal with these animatronics. So now we can fight back. Okay, good. Sometimes the doll one doesn't die, so we didn't get caught by him that time. There we go. Remember and pick up the door here for our second last treasure. A pizza slice. Now, what I was meant to do before was purposely bait the mushroom guy over so he would destroy some of those blocks. By me messing up, he also did that, so that wasn't really a concern. But that's what was meant to do initially in that part of the level. I was ideally going to keep my speed there, but oh well. Just charging through the escape bit here, you can see all of them are disappeared. And yeah, that's us out of Don't Make a Sound. On to the final level here. War. So this level is unique. There is no escape. There is a constant timer. Every time I break one of those, we get 30 seconds on the clock. So this is very much just a rush through the entire level. We need to pick up all the toppings and still get the treasure, so it is still a very normal level. It is just the added requirement of needing to go fast. Which for us isn't really a problem, because we were planning on doing that anyway, and Peppino, thank you. I would like him to go over. Don't normally need that extra bit of time, but we're just going to pick that up for safety. Just in case anything goes wrong. Once we hit the rat, we can jump off and run much faster. So here we're going to get introduced to the tank enemies. We need to keep them alive because it's the only way of destroying the rats in this level. So we need to make sure that any tanks need to be kept alive, we do keep alive, and we only defeat the ones which are really in our way. We'll wait for the pizza missile. It's going to be 3 jumps here. 1, 2, 3, crouch, turn around, nice and smooth that room. It was until I jumped to the electrics. Let's just continuing along here. So this is a very long room. We need to effectively take this rocket all the way from the right side to the left side to defeat a rat. There we go. And inside the factory. Yeah, just going to be charging through the insides of this facility. So if there's anything you'd like to read, now will probably be good last time.
All right, thank you very much. All right, people at home, do you want to get updates for when our marathons go live and when your favorite runs are coming up? Then you should follow us on Twitter at UKSG Marathon. Also, if you use the hashtag UKSGGreen2023, you may be featured on stream. And if any of you watching now are interested in finding out about other marathons or submitting to UKSG in the future, don't forget to check out oengus.io, that is OENGUS.io, where you can find information about upcoming marathons, the games being played, schedules, and more. Alright, take us home, my friend.
Thank you, thank you. So we're just finishing up war here. Climbing up the last vertical section. And through our final exit door. So we now have exactly the amount of money we need for the final boss. You can see a very scared John in the background. Now this is awkward. He wasn't ready. There he goes. So there's also the final boss, Pizza Face. Plays a lot like Super Mario World Bowser. Oh, you can hold taunt to breakdance. It has no gameplay purpose. But yeah, we just basically need to pick up the enemies he throws, throw them back at him. Now I need to wait for him to spawn up some enemies here. Because I want to... Oh, I wanted to use all 3 of those for the final few hits. That'll do. Oh, that's a shame. So, unfortunately, the last enemy there did get hit by Pizza Face himself. Which meant he disappeared, so I had to wait for an additional spawn, but that's fine. So first phase is done. Pizza Face reveals that he's actually Pizza Head. Now, conveniently, he is going to make it a fair fight and provide us with a gun. So I'm going to be mashing. If at any point I need to move, I'm going to be stopping to charge a shot. And that will allow me to make up for some of the missed damage. Should be any moment now. There we go. So there's the second phase of the boss down. And he pulls the quick one on us. This is a boss rush, as well as the final boss. So let's do a quick recap. We got Pepperman. Pepperman's first phase is going to charge into us. We're going to bounce him against the wall. Second one, he's going to charge in, but turn around. We can skip that by getting him to bounce up the wall once. Then he's going to do the body slam. Final one, we're going to hit him against the wall. Get the uppercut. Now, we don't have the gun for the Vigilante fight, so we are going to be using Gustavo as our ammunition. So we are limited by how fast Gustavo respawns here. Right. Similarly, Gustavo's going to be responding for the remaining fights of this boss rush. Unfortunately, I missed when I threw him that initial time. Missed again. There we go. Got an early hit. Right, there's the noise over. On to fake Pepino. Save Gustavo for the second hit. Missed the throw there, but we managed to land it pretty early. The achievement for this level is insane. You need to do the whole thing without being hit once, and it took me a while to get that down. We're on to the final part of the fight. Pizza Face's final boss. He's going to throw gloves, and then he's going to do full ice water, and then he's going to do a stomp. This part's always consistent. And then he's going to start combining some of these attacks. Yeah, coming up to the end of the fight here, but we are not coming up to time. Just got a little bit of game left. Luckily, this fight's completely consistent, so there's nothing really to worry about here. Instead, we can just enjoy the cool cutscene. We get some ora in the chat. Alright, so the moment we land, we're going to be able to reset the level. It will bring us into the next part, so we don't need to watch the title screen for the crumbling tower of pizza. So you might have noticed throughout all of the hub worlds that there were jump blocks, and the reason for that is we are going to be going through the tower to escape. And we're going to be seeing all of our friends along the way, and that does include all of our enemies and all of our gimmicks, starting with gun. Now luckily everything is weak to gun, so we can make the most of this here. Downward shot has enough AoE to be able to deal with all of those, and then the Pepino bots. We lose our gun here, so we're back to regular Pepino. Onto the garbage can, onto grabbing a rat balloon, onto being pinched, and on we go. So we're back to the fourth hub. There's Frank Pepino, and because you guys donated for it, because we kept him alive, there's Snotty. Snotty is escaping. He's being alive. Love to see it. Let's go the mushrooms there, and then we've got the sausage gimmick. Help us deal with these stupid rats. Then you're going to take this rock over to the left. I'm missing my grabs there. Back to the third hub. We're rescuing the noise. Almost just named a completely unrelated pizza mascot who does in no way resemble the noise. We're just coming up on the lap this last part here. Of course, we are revisiting all the gimmicks, so here's golf. We got our Primo Berg. Heck yeah. Oh, I didn't get a wall climb there. But that's fine, because we're going to need to wait on this next section anyway. So gotta wait for this guy to get shot. There we go. Rat dealt with. Back to the second hub. Save Mort. Save the Vigilante. All of our friends coming with us. Very careful here to keep my momentum. Very nice. So yeah, time's going to be coming up in about a minute. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for having me. This has been really fun playing a PC game at one of these events for the first time. It was a really different experience. It took me a little bit to find my footing, but we got there in the end. Had a really fun time being able to show this, so thank you guys for giving this opportunity. So we are charging towards the end here. Saving Pepperman. Time's going to be in like 5 seconds. Saving Jerome. And time. Let's make sure we got the good ending. Or the true ending, rather. So there goes the pizza tower. Forever being vanquished, I guess. Their stressed out protagonist. And because we got all the treasures, we have resurrected John, who is once and for all going to deal with the pizza face. And we're gonna celebrate. Otherwise, we would have just left him dead. So, thank you guys. We saved John. We achieved the good thing. The last thing we need to show is we need to get the in-game time. So I'm just gonna skip through these credits, quick scan. And see our final rating for the run. So there's our end card. Of course, we haven't solved all the problems. People are still in debt. We did nothing to fix that. Nice percentage. We're quick. Heck yeah. We're speedy as far as the game's concerned. 139, so just below the 140. Pretty happy with that. So yeah, thank you for having me. This has been so much fun. And yeah, I'll pass it back over to the host for bringing us over to the next game.
Yes, thank you very much. Before we do go, if people want to see more, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/CDRomatron.
Brilliant stuff indeed. Alright, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a few short moments with Die Hard Trilogy, Die Hard Any Percent by Viper UK. Look forward to it and don't go anywhere.